70 minutes in, throw in again. They still only had 2 shots. If they get an equaliser on their 3rd shot of the game, why do I open my mouth? Why? Why do I open my mouth? What's going on, guys? My name is Adam, I am a Super Swan, and welcome to Club 5, Episode 1 of the FM19 Brexit Manager, where Brexit means Brexit. We are at our 5th club of the journey. We are at Napoli in Italy, and I just want to take the opportunity to thank you all for the support. We are now 5 clubs in. It's a fairly long series, so if you're still with me, I thank you very much, and this is a great opportunity to catch up on the previous 4 clubs, which you can find in the playlist on the channel. So we are at Napoli, a team that finished in 4th place in Serie A last season. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the club, see where they are, we'll show you the transfers we've done, and then we'll only play 1 game today. So they're going to take the first half of this episode just to go through the club and see what we've got to work with. So this is the club page, so we can see that their history, they finished 7th, 6th, 5th, 3rd, 5th, 4th, 6th and 3rd. So they haven't finished any higher than 3rd in the last 7 years. So our aim for Napoli is definitely going to try and win Serie A. That's going to be the goal. But the series goal, so the whole point of the Brexit Manager save is to win the Champions League. So we're hopefully going to try and build a squad to win the Champions League. We'll maybe give it a couple of seasons, see how we find it, and then we may have to move on again to find that club that's going to get us that Champions League trophy. Captain, the captain is Eder Militao, but our key player is Alex Murray. He is our goalkeeper. So we are literally at the same, I think we're a day on from when we were at the end of the Wolfsburg save. So we haven't done any January. We haven't done any summer transfers yet. So this is the squad we got to work with for now. And Alex Murray is an Italian goalkeeper. He is 30 years old, but he is a 4-star current ability. So just like we had with Angus Gunn at Wolfsburg, we've got a very strong goalkeeper to start with. So that's going to be a position I'm not going to worry about. So 4-star current ability, 4-star potential, but he is 30 years old. Goalkeepers tend to last a bit longer though, so I don't think we're going to be swapping out Alex Murray whilst we are at Napoli, but he is our key player for the team. So if we look at the squad, as I've mentioned, I have gone through the team, and there's a number of players that are leaving us on loan or their contract are expiring, so I've taken them all out of the list. So this is the team that we have to work with. If I just sort it by current ability, we'll go through the key players of this team. So we've got our midfielder, Amadou Diawara. He is a midfielder but can play DM and centre-back. But again, 29 years old, Guinean international, 4-star current ability, 4-star potential, £46.5 million he is worth, and he is a fantastic deep line playmaker. We move that on to support, and he's got most of the attributes we need. So it's good to know we've got a solid midfielder ready to go. We've already looked at Alex Murray. We have Eder Militao. He is a centre-back, a ball-playing defender, but he can also play right back and defensive midfield. So again, a very versatile player. He can fill a number of positions across the field. So he's a 4-star current ability, 4-star potential. He is wanted though. So AC Milan are after him. So we have to try and see if we can keep hold of him. We've not got that many key players really. We've also got Fausto Cini. He is our left back, 24 years old, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. He is not Eduardo Boggio, and I don't think we're going to be able to get him in as he's way too expensive for us at this point, but he is a very solid left back, so I don't think we're going to even need to bring in Boggio one day if need be. But he looks very good, 24 years old. He is Italian, which is great as far as the registration rules go. I think the last player I'll show off is Frankie de Jong, a player who, when recording this, which is 2018 we're recording it, he's in the news, he is moving to big clubs, and we have got him at Napoli. He's an advanced playmaker, £23 million, again, 30 years old. So the cusp of the team is 29, 30 years old, so it's not, they're at their peak, but they're only going to get worse. But 3.5-star current ability, he's an advanced playmaker. He can also play DM and he can play centre-back as well. So we've got a bit of a core to our team. I mean, you can have a look at the players, and I'm sure if we keep them on, as I say, I haven't done the transfers yet, that we'll get to know as the series goes on. I'm just scrolling through, see if there's anybody I really recognise. Hodzik? Did we have Hodzik at Dusseldorf? Right back, I'm sure we had him at Dusseldorf. We did! So we do have a familiar face at Napoli. Adsis Hodzik is there, the right back we had at Fortuna Dusseldorf. He is out on loan at Torino, and he is only 2.5 star, but you know, he might be a backup for us. We'll have to keep him on just as sort of moral support. So if I look at the age of the team, we do have a fairly few good youngsters. I mean, I say all of these if I can highlight them. So all of these players highlighted are under the age of 23, or 23 and younger, I should say. So there are a few people to look at. We've got Miguel Balinia. He's a centre-back. He's out on loan, but, you know, he could be a rotational option for us at centre-back. We've got a few Italians. Donaggio. 3-star potential. He looks all right. Selic, another centre-back. 3.5-star potential again. Fairly decent. So we've got a few decent youngsters to play with. But if I look at the under-20s, which I've kind of moved out all the players where we are going to lose, which in fact, if I show you, so if I sort by contract expiry, so it's going to be all these players highlighted we are going to lose out on. So obviously we've got the loans, so Shaita Patin and Lo Celso, they're going to go out back to their parent clubs, but we're not really losing out on much. Zielinski and Koulibaly and Milic, so 3 players who are Napoli legends, are going to be leaving the club, but they are on massive wages. I know Milic is retiring, a former Save and Swan striker, but he is retiring from the game. He is retiring in November. So he's not retiring yet, but he is retiring in November, so we are going to let him go because he is on a fairly hefty wage. Koulibaly, a legendary centre-back, we are going to release him because, you know, he's only, 3-star current ability? He's lost a bit of pace, so I don't think he's going to be good enough for this level, or at least someone we're going to build a team around in the future. So those are the players that we're moving out on, but discounting them, we've got a fair few decent youngsters in the under-20s. Decala looks to be the 5-star potential centre-back, so he might break through at some point. But other than that, the under-18s, we've not really got much to work with. But team report, just to give you an idea of where I'm looking to strengthen, I'm pretty happy with the goalkeepers. You know, we've got Murray in there. He's going to be the man that's going to be our first choice, and backup's a backup, so he can kind of stay there. Right back, I'm struggling a bit because I know Militao is going to play centre-back. He's also our best right back, but we do have Karstorp, but he is on 150 grand a week, and he is unsettled. He wants to go back to Holland. So with him being 32 years old, I might let him go back to Holland and maybe get a right back in. Centre-backs, Militao, Selic and Bellini, I think are probably going to be the first choices, so we might try and sign another centre-back just to sort of keep up the strength there. Left-backs, I'm pretty happy with how things are. Sini's a 4-star current ability left-back. He's everything we need in a left-back, and we got our youngster, what's his name? Pingocci. Ping? We're going to just call him Ping, because that's going to be a lot easier to remember. So we're going to call him Ping, because I'm not going to remember Pingocci. So Ping is the backup left back. He's going to be someone who's going to come in and sort of do the business for us at left back, should Sini get injured, or just rotation options, really. Midfield, we got 3 solid midfielders in Diawara, Nati and De Jong. So again, if I can maybe sign an extra midfielder just to give us that rotation option, that would be great. I am going to go with the normal formation we play, which is the 4-2-3-1, because that were what Napoli were playing before anyway. But Bricado, who is on loan, but he is going to join us permanently, he's going to be, I think, the main man on that left-hand side as an inside forward. He's got all the skills needed to really be that perfect left inside forward. And look at the stats for the season. I mean, he's got a 7.44 average rating, 7.28 overall. He's had a pretty good season on that left-hand side, so I'm not going to mix things up there. Attacking midfield, I mean, we really don't have anybody. Oliver's the best we got, but again, 32 years old. He's on 105 grand a week. Might try and get rid of him in the summer and get a really good youngster in that attacking midfield position. Right midfielder, again, we've not really got anybody. Hasic is there, but he's another inside forward, and I don't want another inside forward. We're going to go with Bricalo on the left, so we do need a winger on that right-hand side. I don't think Hasic is going to be that man, so we are going to be on the lookout for a right winger. Strikers, again, I'm not really convinced about our strikers. The best one we've got is Batagila, but he's on loan at Sporting Lisbon, and he hasn't even been a starter for them, to be honest with you. I mean, he's only scored, 3 goals, and he's only started 7 games. He's not going to be a first-choice striker for us, and he is Argentinian as well, so he is taking up a non-EU slot, which is something I do need to explain, because in Italy, you can only have 3 non-EU players registered at one time, so we can't do what we did with Wolfsburg and absolutely raid Brazil and Argentina. We've got to make sure we have our 3 non-EU players. As far as transfers go, there's already one transfer coming in, which was already sorted before I came into the club, and there's Fabricio Bustos from Man City, coming in on a free transfer, and he is a right back, so we are going to have someone at right back, but he is Argentinian, so that's another non-EU slot taken up. So really, if we're thinking about it, Bustos is going to be one non-EU slot, Militao is going to be the second, and I know Batagila is the third. So we've only got really room for one more non-EU player. So we've got to be really careful where that player is going to be. I've done a little bit of a squad sort of mix-up, really, or what we could do. So obviously I know we're going to get our right-back Bustos when he comes in from Man City, but we're going to have Murray, Militao, Cini. We might try and find a solid centre-back. Midfield were pretty good, to be honest. Diawara and De Jong's going to be in the midfield. Bricalo on the left, but we are going to need to find an advanced playmaker, a winger, and a striker to go with it. So there's a lot of business to be done in the summer transfer window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all that now. I'm going to come back and go through our summer signings. We've arrived for the first game of the season, and we've done all our transfer business. It's been very difficult. It's been very, very difficult. We had 40 million to play with, but it was more important to get rid of some of the dead wood in the team, and I did really struggle to get rid of people. So as far as outs go, I mean, we're not really going to know most of them because we've already just joined, but Oliver went out on a free. He was on high wages. I wanted to get money for him, but we just couldn't get rid of him. Batagila's gone, so that striker we mentioned about who wasn't looking the best. We got 14 mil for him. A lot of loans going out. And do you know what? We've even got some players now I just couldn't get rid of. But we did manage to raise some funds, and we have brought in quite a number of players. And a lot of them have come in on loan. So we have abused the loan market. And to be honest, some of them came in from my director of football. So I'm kind of glad he's made some loan offers, because otherwise I think we would have been screwed over. So we'll go through all the ins. So we've got the first two, which we knew about before we even did the summer transfer window, which Bricalo and Bustos. So Bricalo's on the left-hand side, Bustos is the right back that's coming in. We signed a striker, who was our most expensive signing, which is Robin Koosmaker. We got him in from Groningen for £17 million. He can play both attacking midfield and striker, but I am going to use him as a striker. He has got 4-star potential, and he has got really good physicals as well. So he's a little bit of an upgrade on Batagila, who we got rid of, and he has got room to improve. Plus, he's Dutch, so he's not even a non-EU player. So we've got him in, and I'm hoping he's going to bang in the goals. And judging by his career history, he does have a knack of scoring goals. I'm hoping he can make the step up to Serie A. We've got David Dosek from Slavia Prague for £7.5 million. He's going to be an advanced playmaker as the attacking midfielder. Considering how good he is, I was surprised I got him in on quite cheap, to be fair. Only £7.5 million, but he's got all the attributes needed to be a world-class player. 3.5-star current ability and a 5-star potential. He's only 19 years old. So hopefully we're going to be seeing a lot from him this season. A familiar name, we've raided our former team Dusseldorf for Alexandra Duta. He was a left winger inside forward, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's going to play backup to Bricalo if anything, so he's not going to be a starter. But I thought I'd raid my former team just to see what players we could get. And Duta was a name. When I seen he was available, I made the effort to get him in, so he's going to be linking up a former player in the team. Now, the next few are loan signs that my director of football made, which I was quite surprised about. So we have Javi Burgos from Barcelona. He is a striker and he looks very, very good. We got him on a loan for the rest of the season. We're only paying him like $6,000 a week. 22 years old, Spanish international, well, I say international, cap under 20s. But again, he's a very solid striker. And he was on loan at another former team of ours, Austria Vienna, last season, and scored 15 goals in the Austrian Bundesliga. So I'm hoping again that he can make that step up. And it's going to be a bit of a common theme with these players. So, like I mentioned before the summer transfer window, a lot of players were sort of in their 29, 30s, 31. So I've been kind of aiming for, as far as permanent signings anyway, like younger players. But we do have a mixture of experience in there as well. And that leads me on nicely to another loan signing, Andrea Zivkovic. He's a loanee we've got in from Liverpool. He can play both wings, and he's a 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. 31 years old, so he has passed his prime, but he is a serial winner. He's been at Liverpool, he's been at PSG, he has won a lot of trophies in his time. So I'm hoping he can bring that experience to this Napoli team. But again, he's really going to operate as a backup on both wings. Dani Ceballos, another loan from Real Madrid. But he is going to, well, not another loan from Real Madrid, but another loan signing. 31 years old, £55 million. He can play Mazzella, deep line playmaker. And he can also play as an advanced playmaker as well. I kind of brought him in. He was one loan signing I made myself. And he's someone that can, play a lot of positions we have in the team. So we can put him as an advanced playmaker, we can bring him back and make him a centre midfielder, he can play Mazzella, deep line playmaker, he kind of has it all, and very similar to Zivkovic, he's a serial winner with Real Madrid. So, he's on the turn, he's 31 years old, so he's not going to get any better, but at least we've got someone with that experience. A signing from my head of youth development, he made the signing of Levusa from Lyon. We only got him in for, I think it was less than $1 million, 750k. He's in the under-20s. We're not going to be seeing him, but he is a 5-star potential winger. We have Didier Estrada on loan from Man City. My scouts picked this guy up, and he said he's on the transfer list, but we couldn't afford him. He was worth something like £77 million, but we did manage to get him in on a loan, and he is going to be our winger on that right-hand side. He can also play inside forward, but I'm going to utilise him as a winger, and he is an elite winger, so he is in his prime, 25 years old. He is Colombian, so we have had to sort of, mix things up a bit as far as the non-EU players go, but I think we managed to get 4 non-EU slots. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but he is going to take up a non-EU slot in the team, but he is an elite winger. And then we've got 2 loan signings to end the transfer window, something I did very much last minute. We signed Bolis from Milan, he's a right back. He's going to be backup, to be honest with you. He's better than Hodzic that we had in the club, so he's going to be the backup right back on loan for the rest of the season. And then another sort of director of football signing, Jan Vimola. I mean, he's a DM, and I don't really play DMs, but I thought I'll bring him in anyway. So, we may utilise him, we may not. We'll see how the season goes anyway. So that is the signings. And if we look at the competition, so Serie A begins today, but the board expect us to qualify for the Champions League. We are in the group stage of the Champions League, so the draw for that will be coming up. And the Italian Cup, so there's only 3 competitions we need to worry about, and we enter in the first round. So that's not going to be until at least December. So for the first few episodes anyway, it's only going to be Champions League and Serie A that we need to worry about. And we're going to play the first game of the season and the first game in charge of Napoli today as we take on Cagliari. So I'm going to apologise in advance for my very poor Italian, but Cagliari is the first game of the season. So with all that in mind, this is the tactics for the first game of the season. We've got Murray in goal, Bustos, Militao, Selic and Cini at the back, Diawara and Calabelos in the middle, Estrada, Dosek and Duta, because we do have an injury to Bracalo. He's not going to be fit enough for the first game of the season. And Kusamaker is going to start up front. So how many? Oh, okay, maybe we only have 3. So it's Bustos, Militao and Estrada. So we do only have the 3, but 3 very important players. First game of the season. Let's see who we got. You've only selected 7 subs. What? I can have 12 subs. I can have 12 subs. Whoa, we're having them all then. We're gonna put them all there. Why not? Seeing as we can have 12 subs, that's absolutely mental. Who knew? Who knew you could have 12 subs in Serie A? Certainly not me. But with that bombshell out the way, we're going to have our first game in charge of Napoli, and we're going to hopefully start off with a win. We are at home, so I'm going to say we are favourites for a reason, and I'm going to give the old usual, tell them I have faith in them. That normally makes the difference. And we're going to get the first game underway. It is Napoli against Cagliari. First game in charge of Italy, and first game in charge of Napoli. 2 minutes in, we have our first highlight. Is it going to be a good highlight or a bad one? But it looks like we're getting the early shots. We've had 2 shots already. And it's Estrada on the ball, finds Kousmaker. Bustos on the overlap. Can he cross it? He can. Duke does this. 1-0. 3 minutes in. And the former Dusseldorf player, Alexandra Duta, grabs the goal. And it's a perfect start in charge of Napoli. Estrada starts the move off. He finds Kousmaker. Squares it to Bustos as all the new signings linking up. Crosses it into the back post. Duta with the header. And just as simple as that, we are 1-0 up. And we have a highlight immediately from the kickoff. I'm just hoping I don't sneeze. I just have to sneeze in between. So hopefully we're not going to concede straight away. But Zielinski on the ball. So someone we released from the club. Let's just hope he doesn't come back to bite us in this game. Because that would be bad if a former player came back and scored against us. But Duta, he scored 1 goal, and he almost scored his second of the day. Corner, Zielinski, 25 minutes. Can we clear it? No, it's off the line. And Cini clears it off the line. Cini did get a bid in from Man City for something like 50 million, but Kousmaker's 1-on-1. Can he score? He can! And we get a ball off the line, and we get it in the goal the other side. And it is Kousmaker on his debut, grabbing that goal. And he did it all himself. He tackled the ball, went past 1 player, went past 2. He's 1-on-1. He took all the time in the world, and he absolutely buries it in the corner. 2-0 up to Napoli in our first game in charge. Coming up to half time, and I realised I didn't finish my Cini story, so I'll finish it off. So yeah, we did get a bid in from Man City for like 55 mil. I tried to hardball them a bit and said, give me 80 mil and you can have him, but they didn't take the bait. And I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because he's a very solid left back. So I'm going to give a calm. I'm very happy with the way things are going. And if we look at our 12 subs, is there anyone I'd like to bring off? I don't think so. Nobody's underperforming. Cabellos is on a 6.6, so we could bring him off. We'll bring on Nardi for him, just to mix things up in the midfield. But so far, so good. 2-0 up in the first half. Throw in 47 minutes in. Cini started off. Dosek with a low cross. Kousmaker's in the box. And it's a tipped round the post. He almost doubled his goal tally. Corner from Estrada, 55 minutes, whips it in. Kousmaker hits the crossbar. He is looking like a very dangerous player up front. 66 minutes. I was about to make a sub, but we'll watch the highlight play out. Cagliari. I hope that's how you say it, because that's the way I've been saying it the whole time. But Cagliari, we've only had 1 shot on target in the whole game. We've had the possession, we've had the shots. We really have been the dominant team today. I'm just hoping we can see that through for the rest. I don't want any nasty surprises in our first game in our home stadium. But they're passing it around the back, very calm. Are we going to win the ball back? Or Skaftoris to Zielinski. On the wing, the former Napoli player, Bednar, plays it in. And they score with their second shot of the game. 2-1. It is now. Cagliari do grab a goal back. And let's hope that that's not the start of something. I was going to make a sub, and I kind of wish I did now. But Bednar plays it in, and who is this? Skaftoris. Mary can only get a hand onto it. And it is 2-1 on the night. So I'm going to pause the game. I'm going to make the sub that I wanted to make in the first place. So Dosek is a bit tired. So I am going to bring on... We'll bring Kousmaker back. I'm going to bring on Xavi Burgos, on loan from Barcelona. up front. Anybody else? I think we're good. So only the one change. Let's hope they don't score another goal. 70 minutes in, throw in again. They still only had 2 shots. If they get an equaliser on their 3rd shot of the game... Why do I open my mouth? Why? Why do I open my mouth? We have been the dominant team in this game. They've had 3 shots and scored 2 goals. This is unacceptable. With the second half, we've just fallen apart. And Murray could have done better there. And I am going to demand more from this team. Oh no, show some passion. But he's onside. And all our centre-backs just didn't pick him up. And it's now 2-2. And 72 minutes. Come on, boys. We've had 17 shots. They've had 3. And it's 2-2. Kusumika. All those chances where he hit the bar, the crossbar, now coming back to bite us. Palmer Brown to Rinaldi. We've got 3 players all chasing down the same player. But Kusumika's there. It's a mistake from the team. Well, from Cagliari. And we are back in front. And this could be a massive let-off for us if we do win this 3-2. So they do make a mistake. Rinaldi passes it back. De Martins tries to play to the defence and Kusumika's the first on the scene. It is now 3-2. I just want to get 3 points now. We have 1 more sub to make and I'm trying to see who's the most tired. It's either Cini or Bustos. So I think I'll bring Bustos on. We'll move Militao out to centre-back. And we'll bring on Bolinia to come on as a centre-back there. So 1 more sub made. Can we hang on for a win? Coming up to full time, and unless they score from this corner, we should hang on for all 3 points. Palmer Brown, edge of the area, met, but it's Strada with a tackle, but they get it back. Rinaldi crosses it, and Militao gives it straight to Palmer Brown, and there is the final whistle. So we were very dominant in the first half, and then they scored 2 goals in a space of 5 minutes. And then they made a mistake and we made it 3-2. So, yeah, I'm going to get that was very much a Jekyll and Hyde performance. But I'm going to tell Kusumika he did well. Because I'm going to say, you impressed me. And now he's confused. I could just imagine how this conversation went down. It's like, right, guys, it was a Jekyll and Hyde performance. Good first half, bad second half. We need to be better. Everyone understands, except for Kusumika. And I say to him, oh, you played really well. And he's like, don't know what you're all about. Kusumika, I'm praising you. You scored 2 goals today. I'm gonna say you're superb. There we are, see? Now he appreciates it. Now he's happy. So, we still can't see the league table, even though we've played. But we did win. The whole game we just showed you, it did happen. So we do have 3 points on the board, even though you technically can't see it. So I think what we'll do, when's the Champions League draw? That's a good question. So if we look in the calendar, does it tell me where? Or can we find out when it is? Calendar? No, it's not for a while, I don't think. Where are we? Oh, yeah, we got like a game in between then. So what we'll do, we will come back at the start of next episode for the Champions League draw. We'll see who we've got. So that's going to be, it'll be after, we'll come back. It depends on who we get, I guess. So we'll come back around, it'll either be for the first Champions League game here, or we'll come back for the second game and we'll have the Torino game as well. So we are going to skip over Carpi, Inter, and Empoli probably. So it's either going to be Champions League first game and Sampdoria, or it'll be Champions League game and Torino. One of the two. I just don't know which one it is yet until we do the draw. Depends on what's most exciting, really. But that is the end of the first episode of Club 5. Once again, I just want to say thank you all for keeping up with this series. Even if this is the first episode you've seen of the Brexit Manager save, go back and check out the full story. See how we got to this point. See all the clubs that we were in charge of by going to the playlist in the channel. And as always, if you liked and enjoyed, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager 2019 content. We upload the FM19 Brexit Manager every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 6 PM GMT. And tune in next time for a Champions League draw, a Champions League game, and a Serie A game to go along with it. thank you very much for watching.